If you change the fuel pump, definitely make sure you do it on empty. Don't want some buckets. All right, finally starting on this fueling. Took this little cover off here, and the one off in the back. Well, the whole piece comes out. Got this fuel pump out, and it's a lot of gas. A lot of gas was coming out. I kind of want all of that out because I want to be on straight E85, but I'm gonna just leave it as it is. It's these 3 easy on, easy off clips. It's a big ugly sock. My fuel filter I'm gonna be using, I'm gonna slap it right about there. I got a straight and a 45 on it. And I'm gonna put these little U-joints on it this way for both of those, because when the pump is in, well, you'll see when I get there. But just got back from a trip to AutoZone. Get some of this for a little gasket maker, because you never put metal to metal. Well, you can, but you're not supposed to. So I'm gonna put that paper under here and cut it out, and then I'll do the same for this because there's no gasket on there. And metal to metal is no good. So I got 12 by 36. So this is about 10 inches. So 12 is more than enough. So I'm gonna just cut the extra off. Then I'm gonna use some for, if I can find them. Oh, here we go. Yeah, same thing. Don't want metal to metal. So the metal, gasket, and then this thing for the throttle body. And for this plate, my holes are very off, so I'm gonna have to drill them out again. My holes were crooked, and it just fell out. So definitely need a new drill. Hopefully I'll get those fixed, just weld it and cut it again, I guess. It really doesn't matter as long as it works. Oh, spark plugs. I got my gap ring, so y'all can get gap ties. Gotta have the proper gapping. And some 18 gauge wire for this E85 analyzer, because this pin is definitely not long enough. It's got to go all the way over there and down behind the battery. It's going to be mounted right about here. And yeah, let's see what I get done next. Those were crooked, and it just fell out. So definitely need a new drill. Hopefully I'll get those fixed, just weld it and cut it again, I guess. It really doesn't matter as long as it works. Oh, spark plugs. I got my gap ring, so y'all can get gap ties. Gotta have the proper gapping. And some 18 gauge wire for this E85 analyzer, because this pin is definitely not long enough. It's got to go all the way over there and down behind the battery. It's going to be mounted right about here. And yeah, let's see what I get done next. All right, so I got this tube off the pump. It's got one of those stupid one-use clamp clips. I just manhandled it and yanked it off. And now I'm gonna get this out, but I'm gonna push it down through. So I'm gonna go to the very bottom and cut it open. So that's at the bottom. I'm gonna start on the top because I don't want to cut the pump on accident. I'm not gonna reuse it, but I might use it for something else one day. And I was about to depin this, the factory one, and plug this up. Then I looked, I was like, oh, it's the same. So you don't need that. You could just take this and plug it into the new pump. Works fine. Got a new sock. I don't know if I'm gonna use this or not, but it looks like it goes around the pump. Probably not gonna need it. Gonna drill some holes, clamp it down. Got this off with 3 flatheads. I broke one, but but I don't really care because plastic stuff annoys me. I could probably just not use the bottom half and just put the pump on this tube here because they supplied this, but I'd rather it be floating in the bucket still. I don't feel like doing bucketless right now. Maybe if I did dual pumps or something. All right, fitted the new pump up in there straight. I marked 3 holes and 3 more holes for a total of 6. I'm just gonna put some zip ties in there to squeeze this down on there so it doesn't come out. Cause right now, if I flip it this way, it'll come out. I forgot my drill took a crap on me. So I'm gonna take this flathead here. It's very small. And I'm gonna heat it up and just poke a hole in it. Now I would not recommend doing it near this or near the car because definitely a whole bunch of gas got everywhere, but I washed this so it's straight. And if not, oh well. Do not do this inside. Oh yeah, you're gonna wanna get this red hot. Find your hole and just twist it through. And just keep repeating that step. Get it hot, red hot. Find the hole. Poke and twist it through. Just like that. And I guess you could like crisscross these, but I'm gonna just go straight up and down. Then I'm gonna turn it like this away and just drop it down in there. Perfect. Now I'm gonna tighten those down. Actually, I lied. I'm gonna connect this hose on there first while it's out and through the bottom, so it's a lot easier to get that clamp on. So I'm gonna take this off and I'm gonna use one of these. This right here. Tie it down, call it a day. All right, so if you look at these pumps, this one has a cap on it, and this one did have a cap. Luckily, I caught it though, but it's up in there. So I probably am gonna have to take this off. I really didn't feel like it. I was trying to force it through, but it wouldn't just go. So I'm gonna take this one-time use clip off and fish that thing out of there and put the other one on and hose clamp it. All right, I got that little SOB out with some needle nose pliers and a little pig hook. Yeah, fed the hose all the way through. Clamped it, put it on. Now I'm gonna push this up there, hit that plug, hit these zip ties, and then it's good to go back in the tank. Don't forget to put that sock filter on. I pushed it back in here. I could plastic weld this, but I don't really feel like it. So I'm gonna just leave it like that and hope for the best. All right. That little fuel pressure regulator up there is chock full of gas. I got a little gas bath. Got some in my eyes earlier. Got some in this cut. So it's on fire right now. But my problem was I was gonna run 6 AN lines from here. This is the feed. This is the return. This is from the other tank. But they route over here and the feed splits into 2. So it gives some back to the other tank if I'm not mistaken. So that's one feed. But yeah, that thing is packed full of gas, bro. I just got soaked. I can't breathe. I've been huffing these fumes for hours, so that's not good. This is the feed. It splits into 2 for some reason. One for the regulator, but we're deleting that because we got one up top in the engine bay, so we no longer need 2. And the other line is that one with the green clip in the middle. Well, it's in the middle of those. So you got that going on, goes to the other tank. So we're gonna keep this line in and we're gonna stick an adapter in this plug. And then we're gonna hit it with a little 180, feed it through there, come down here, all the way to the side, all the way up in there. Same with the wiring harness for the fuel pump. That went in pretty easy. All right, so I got this 3/8 to 6 AN, and I got this 6 AN 180. Like this, thread it all the way down. Should probably be using thread locker on this. Do it right once, you don't have to do it again. So I'll probably end up doing this again later, but it's gonna look something like that. I'm gonna plug it in that hose. I'm gonna get that 6 AN in here. It's gonna be straight. Here's the part number. And you're going to take out this ground strap, which is a 10mm bolt. And you're going to get your harness. You're going to have a relay and one labeled chassis ground. And you're going to put this through both of them. So you're going to take the relay and the chassis ground. And you're going to take that ground and you're going to put it to the chassis. It's a 10mm. Goes right up there by the filler neck. So then you take this section of the harness. This one goes into the yellow plug where the fuel pump is at, right there. This one goes to what was originally in the fuel pump, which is this one. And this ground goes into one of these bolts. So I'm gonna go with this one. So this is what it looks like. If you can get this far, you're doing pretty good. If not, then you're an idiot and you probably shouldn't be doing this. But I got all my wires and hoses routed up through this driver's side rocker panel, whatever you want to call it. And got that up there. And here's where the other harness comes from. The other side. The other end of it, all you got left is this relay. You can bolt it down here or next to this one. And then this plugs in to the alternator behind this. So you just peel this back and it goes in there. I forgot, some of y'all might not know how to use paper gasket. So you get it, you place it on there like that. There's the hole. Now you look at it. All right, this side is straight. Let me see where it is on the back. All right, so I got a little bit of space. So you get your hammer. You can use either side or a regular hammer. Just feel for it and give it a little whack. And you do it at an angle and it'll cut itself into shape. So you just tap it all the way around. And if you hit it on top, it's not gonna cut, so you're straight. As long as you hit it on the right angle, it'll shape itself. Just tap all around. You see it's starting to do that shape, because that's how it looks. That's how you use paper gasket. All right, almost done. Just waiting on a fitting for this. I believe it's a 5/16 because the 3/8 one was a little bit too big for the return line back here. So get this on the hose, and got one more up front to do for the fuel pressure regulator to the rail, and then I'm done. Then just slap that stuff on, get the throttle body cut out, and it should be good to go. Do a little bit of wiring, but that's pretty much it. And get this old fuel system out of the way. I also picked up this pillar gauge. Gonna set that right about there. Haven't decided what gauges I want. Probably go with boost, fuel pressure, and AFRs. And also, if you know what this is, you know what I'm about to do. Been waiting a long time for these. They're a little pricey, but they do look good. Gotta push this outside so I can get my M3 in here and change the clutch in it. But I'm gonna try to block that off from the rain. Throw a tarp over it and then push it outside. And then swap this clutch out real quick. I just folded it up a few times, tucked it back. So if water does accumulate, it'll just roll down. And if water gets in there, oh well. All right, got the last fitting on and just gotta get this on. I'm gonna blow some water through these lines. I'm not gonna start it up no time soon, so I'm not really worried about it. And then I got extra fuel in here. I'm gonna test the pump and let it just spray out. So I can empty all that out and put some E85 in there. But yeah, these lines are really, really dirty when you cut them, so you wanna clean them out because you don't want them clogging up your injectors or your fuel filter.